You know, a rich history of bygone era in Anderson County is on display in the town of Rocky Top, originally known as Coal Creek.
Yes, and that is where a unique museum shows what life was like when coal was king here in East Tennessee. Our own Don Dare visits the Coal Creek Miners Museum in Rocky Top, where, Don, you talked with some former miners.
We sure did, Lori, and those guys are really proud of that museum because it brings back a lot of memories. The exhibits inside the museum show what life was like for thousands of people just west of Rocky Top in that community known 100 years ago as Coal Creek.
Right in here, back in this holler right here.
Retired coal miner Lonnie Dyson showed us where he worked as a teenager when he was a high school freshman.
My dad caught me playing hooky, and he said, "You've got one of two choices. You can go to school or go to work." I said, "Give me a light."
This raised relief map depicts the town of Coal Creek, now called Rocky Top. It's situated in a valley. West of the town, up in the mountains and down in the hollers, is where dozens of mines were once located, miles away from Coal Creek.
This map doesn't show all the mines around. This one holler had 4 different mines in it. My dad owned 2 of them.
Do we still have mines in this area today?
No, there's no coal mines here.
Tommy McCool worked for 35 years as a miner. He used some of the equipment displayed at the museum when he started as an entry-level miner in 1970.
We can't go back in time and change anything. And what we've seen here, these pictures and everything, they're real. They have a life behind them.
There's a lot of history in this museum.
There's a lot of history in this museum, and this museum actually started back in the 90s.
Tim Isbell is the president of the Coal Creek Miners Museum. He says the new museum in downtown Rocky Top opened at the former Bank of America building in 2016. The museum tells the story of the heyday of coal mining in the communities of Coal Creek, Fraterville, and Bryceville.
So right here we have an example of all the different kinds of coal that we have.
Tiana Edmond says a coal museum wouldn't be complete without samples of coal, the type found in East Tennessee. They included subbituminous and bituminous coal.
Who comes here to the museum?
A lot of different people from all over the world. We get children, people of all different ages and ethnicities.
The tragedies of this mountainous region are also on display. The worst mining disaster in the South occurred May 19, 1902. Over 200 men and boys were killed when the Fraterville mine exploded. A number of miners trapped underground wrote letters to their loved ones before the air ran out. Jacob Vowell scratched this to his wife: "We are praying for air, but it is getting bad."
And if you come to this museum, you'll see so much history about when it was a thriving town, and then you'll see about the convicts and the forced convict labor, and you'll read about how instrumental this area was.
Here is that account. The Tennessee Coal Mining Company replaced local miners with convicts leased from the state in 1891. It prompted Coal Creek miners to organize and fight back against the system. The pictorial history illustrates the Coal Creek War uprising that led to armed conflict. The rebellion brought national attention to the issue of convict leasing and led to the abolition of the system. Lonnie Dyson sums up his era as a miner in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s.
Wonderful. Hard work, dirty work, but it's honest work.
The company's store for miners no longer exists. Neither do the company-owned homes where the families once lived in the mountains of Anderson County. But the spirit of a time long ago lives on in this museum.
There ain't many things that you find in this world that's free, but it don't cost a person a dime to come in here and see everything that we've got.
In talking with Lonnie and Tommy, what I found interesting was their passion for being a coal miner. They still have that passion today. The Coal Creek Coal Mine Museum, there's going to be an expansion next fall, and it's really history that you would really enjoy watching. And as you heard, it's free, Lori. And that's the best part.
Yes, it absolutely is. Don, that was a fascinating story. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.